Mental health is not the lunatic on the street. Mental health is about each and every human being, and we all suffer mental diseases at some point of time every day. We don't recognize it as a disease, and that's the issue.
We learn about life through questions.
How do we tame this mind?
Is that person more equipped?
How does one know that now this is going beyond my control?
How much of a role does education play?
What causes this lack of concentration?
To answer some of these, Mr. Praveen Mankar, founder of Pratibim Charitable Trust, brings to you Face to Face. This week we are talking about mental health.
We look after our body so well, but do we pay as much attention to our minds? Sometimes our mental state can be terrifying, and there's little or virtually no control on our minds. What is mental health? How do you define mental health?
I wish we had a periscope where we could look
into the minds.
The mind and what's going on in that head of ours. But when we talk of mental, people have a misconception that it is only about the head and the thinking. Mind is basically in every cell in your body, because every cell has its own intelligence, every cell has its own function, and it executes whatever it is supposed to execute. So when you say mental health, we are actually talking of the entire body.
Okay.
By and large, people feel that it is about the brain. When you say mind, usually people point towards the head and say, my mind is not okay. That part of your mind is the conscious mind, your awareness mind. So when you are thinking, or when you are analyzing, or when you are reasoning, or applying logic, or taking a decision, it's your brain that is functioning, and that's the conscious part of your mind. So normally I say above the chin and below the chin. Whatever happens above the chin is conscious. I'm looking at something consciously, I'm thinking about it. I'm hearing something, I'm thinking about what I'm hearing. I'm smelling something, I'm thinking about what I'm smelling. So all my sense organs are connected to my thought process. Many a times my sense organs are not connected to my thought process. For example, I'm walking on the road engrossed in thoughts of my work, what I'm supposed to do in the office, and a friend is coming from the opposite direction. My eyes, my sense organs are looking at my friend. I'm supposed to recognize him. I don't recognize him. Why? Because there is a disconnect between my conscious mind and my sense organ. So at that time, my conscious mind is somewhere else. It's already in the office. I'm on the road, but my mind is in the office. My eyes are on the road, but my mind is in the office. So there is a disconnect. Now, whenever there is a disconnect, obviously there is no resonance. So whenever there is a disconnect in my mind and my activity, then that activity is not being performed with awareness. That's one part of the story. The second part of the story is the subconscious part. Subconscious part is called the programmed mind. When I say programmed mind, it's a conditioned mind. For example, my right hand is programmed to write. So whenever you ask me to sign a piece of paper, I will never think of my left hand. I mean, I don't even think. I automatically pick up a pen and use my right hand, because it is programmed from childhood to write words, letters, signatures. So that is the subconscious part. The subconscious part is also playing a role when you are sleeping. For example, my lungs are functioning. I'm not aware. There is no awareness when I am sleeping that I am breathing. In fact, I am not even aware when I am awake that I am breathing. So it is a subconscious function. My heart is beating, it's a subconscious function. My stomach is digesting the food, it's a subconscious function. That's why I said anything below the chin, I'm not aware whatever is happening. I can be in control of whatever happens above the chin, but I cannot be in control of what happens thereafter. After I have eaten something, what happens below the chin is not in my control. Suppose I have eaten contaminated food. The food poisoning is not in my control. It takes its own course. But when you come to mental health, it's a different subject. We are talking of good health and bad health. So to understand it appropriately, let's look at a physical condition. Right now, my nose is clear. I have got no cough and cold, no infection. I am breathing normally. But the day I have cough and cold, my nose is running. I've got catarrh, maybe I've got fever. So I have a disease. I'm not at ease, therefore I have a disease.
I was in fact coming to that. You've already stated it yourself. Like, how do we know that our mental state is good or it's not good?
So coming to the connection.
Yeah.
Physically, you are aware that you are not well. So either you self-medicate, you
Okay.
take steam inhalation, you
Yeah.
use a inhaler, or you go to a doctor, take a prescription, go to a chemist, buy medicines, and then attempt to heal yourself. Physically, we all do that. But I get angry. My mind is now not normal. I am angry. Or I get jealous. My mind is not normal. I am not jealous constantly. I am jealous on certain occasions. Or my mind is scared. I am not scared always. I am scared of certain situations. Or my mind is greedy. I am not greedy always. On certain occasions I am. What do I do when these things happen to my mind? Do I ever self-medicate? No. Do I ever go to a doctor for a prescription? If I am angry, I don't. Do I go to a chemist if I have got fear? No, I don't. So from childhood till today, all these negative emotions that occur in me, fear, anger, sorrow, I never treat them because I don't recognize this as mental disease. Generally, public understanding of mental disease is the lunatics.
Yeah, I mean, if you very general understanding of
General understanding of people is, वो पागल है,
हाँ,
वो देख कैसा चेहरा करता है, he is behaving stupidly, he
Yeah,
is not
correct.
normal. But we are all having mental disease. I get angry once or twice a day. I am afraid of certain things. I am jealous. So these are situations where my mind is not at ease, and therefore there is a dis-ease. But I don't recognize it as a disease.
So, what do you say? How would one come to know, or at what point of time, that now things are going out of control? And normally, feeling jealous or feeling angry or getting scared, these are very normal emotions that everybody goes through, or thought process that everybody goes through. So, where is the cutoff? How does one know that now this is going beyond my control? How does a person come to know that I think I'm not okay? How does a person decide that? When does a person come to know?
I'm amused, because you called it normal. It's not normal. But by and large, people consider this normal. I get angry, it's normal. I am scared, it's normal. I get jealous, it's normal. I hate somebody, it's not normal.
No, but to a certain degree, it's a human being, right?
So, to a certain degree, my temperature is 99.5 is normal? No, there you will not consider it normal. Even slight rise in temperature is abnormal. But slight anger, you consider this normal, which is funny. I don't understand this. And it's not your problem, it's overall humanity problem, because they don't consider mind as a subject that can be diseased.
Yeah, true. I agree to
So when
that.
you say mental health, look at it holistically. Mental health is not the lunatic on the street.
Certainly not. Yeah, certainly not.
Mental health is about each and every human being, and we all suffer mental diseases at some point of time every day. Every day. We don't recognize it as a disease, and that's the issue.
All I'm trying to say is there like a bar, or how does one come to know that now this is going beyond limits? This needs to be attended to.
You're your own person who knows that you're not okay. Suppose you have a pain, physical pain.
Right.
You know something is wrong. Let's say your arm is paining. So you know something is wrong in your arm. You'll probably apply balm or you'll consume some painkiller. But you don't recognize your mental instability as a pain. You accept it. From childhood, you have been conditioned to accept it. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed periodically. It's not okay. We have never been primed to awaken to the fact that this needs to be addressed. Nobody does it, and therefore we live with it. So there is an accumulation of this emotion. Let's say you are a person who gets scared for anything that happens in and around you. So you are cultivating fear in your subconscious mind, which accumulates. And then it cultivates into a habit. Just like I said, I cultivated a habit of writing with my right hand. You have cultivated a habit of fear or anger or sorrow. And then that gets expressed in whatever you do in life. You want to take a new venture, you are afraid you might fail. So fear is the key, operating key in your life. In some other person's life, anger is the key. Everything makes him angry. Why? Because we have allowed these emotions to multiply and build up. And therefore, mental health is not a subject which can be taken for granted or discussed over 5-10 minutes.
True, that's true.
It's a subject which needs to be addressed as seriously as you address physical disease, perhaps even more seriously.
More seriously, exactly.
More seriously, because it is subtle. It's like having a bacterial infection. You can't see the bacteria. How did it come in? Did it come through the nose, through breathing? Did it come through the water that I drank? Did it come through the food that I ate? I don't know, because I couldn't see it. So mental health is similar. I can't see what is disturbing me, but it has already disturbed me. And the disturbance has a chain effect. Look at a simple diagnostic tool. You get angry. It shows in your eyes. You're angry. What are your eyes? Your eyes are cells of the body. They reveal. Other cells in the body don't reveal. But your anger gets reflected in every cell in your body. So every cell in your body is affected by your anger. So your cells are not normal. When you are angry, certain cells will overreact, produce some chemicals, hormonal changes, and you reveal maybe skin rashes.
Absolutely.
So different people will react differently according to their physiology.
Right.
But anger has had an effect. Any emotion, say hunger. You smell food, your mouth starts salivating. There is a chemical change in your body simply because you smelt food. You didn't eat food, yet you salivated. So the body chemistry gets disturbed when your emotions are triggered.
Absolutely.
So whenever you have a negative emotion triggering you, your body chemistry is going to alter and it's going to reflect in some form or the other. When there is a mental disease, you will have a physical discomfort. And therefore we have this terminology, psychosomatic.
Correct.
Somatic cells, psycho, mental. So mental health is going to affect your cellular health.
True. So can you just give some basics, like how we can,
If you are looking for band-aid therapy, then there is
I'm sure there is
no band-aid
isn't,
therapy for mental health. But if you really want to be mentally healthy, then you must cultivate a habit of meditation on a daily basis, as you have cultivated the habit of brushing your teeth for the health of your teeth.
And would you also say speak up what's in your mind? It does help, doesn't it, rather than bottling it all up?
No, it's a bigger subject.
No, I would say that for people who have a lot of pent up things which are not being brought out.
It's a specialized subject.
Okay.
And it can't be painted on a broad canvas.
I think it's a big topic.
It's a big topic.
Yeah.
When you should speak, how much you should speak, what you should speak, whether you should speak or not. If you look at people who advocate spiritual sciences, they say silence, which is exactly opposite of speaking up. It's an art. There is a science behind it, but how you live it is an art. So that's why living is a combination of science and art.
It's time we gave equal importance to our minds, to our mental state, the same way as we give importance to our body.
If you have some questions about life, please connect with us. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon for weekly updates.